Alright guys, welcome back to the last autumn. We are now in day 5 and right now we are resting more or less here during night time, but well, not really resting. We do have some materials there, so we can think about the next steps that we need to take here for our survival. We have a new law that we can sign still for the administration, so there's still no new tech here, but there are choices then coming up later. So right now, do we have the... yeah, we do have the bathhouse promise, so I shouldn't promise any other building right now. This is just really bad then for, you know, my resources and stuff like that. In this case, I could go for comfortable quarters. This will permanently raise their motivation and fall the discontent, so that's a good one here, even though I will have some homeless people, but tents are cheap, and I think in this case we can just, well, afford a few of them. The bathhouse still has 3 days here for my promise, and the fishing harbor should actually now be built and activate the fishing harbor. So perhaps it starts then with the active shift at 8 o'clock then, so about now. Right, this is it. Generator structure. Now that you have the basic infrastructure, it's time to start with the construction of the generator. Build a profiles manufacturer, then produce 8 structural profiles that will allow you to set up the shaft structure. So now we start with the stage 1 here of producing our generator here, and build the bathhouse there, build the profiles manufacturer, and we can also see how far we are ahead of schedule, so about 4 days right now. So we don't have that much stress at the moment and can rather also focus a bit on the resources that we're generating. And at the moment, as far as I can see, we don't have any coal. The next workers are coming in here soon. We are researching the faster gathering. So it's looking rather nice. We could have some more tents now that we could build. And what I also want, since we're producing now raw food, I don't know if that is enough though. So we probably just keep it there. Let's have a look. Yeah, we do need some tents, some additional ones. And the bathhouse then, faster research has also been researched now. Faster gathering. And in this case, let's go for the... I think the ventilation plant. Forager quarters. We could also go for this or the medical post upgrade. Let's go for ventilation plant. What this will do is improve the safety in the workplaces. So safety is going to play quite an important role soon once we build the structure here. Workplace safety is absolutely important, otherwise we will get a lot of sick people. So right now we can also have a look. Oh no, not right now. So we do need the shaft structure, and for that we do need the profiles manufacturer that we can build here as one of the first major buildings that we have here, costing us a few resources. And right, we do have 2 sawmills that are working relentlessly now. And here we now have the profiles manufacturer coming up then. And I should also go for the bathhouse because we can afford it. And I want to build it here finally so we can have the tents around it then. So let's have the bathhouse there. And it just needs a connection there. We can't see how high those mountains are, right? Oh yes, we can. Pretty high there. Not much that I can do about it. So limited building space here, as we can see. And yeah, we can assign like 10 people to it. I don't want to have the full force on it because we probably will need those workers for something else then. And we can now start producing the shafts there. So we need 8 of them, and each time it costs us 25 wood. But we can still wait, I think, with another day on that. And while that is happening, we can have some more tents here for the remaining people. Because homeless people fall sick, even though it's not that cold yet. Right, food is also looking quite relaxed now with the fishing, with the fisher port. And there we are now constructing the bathhouse and the tents over there on day 5. And we also have the ventilation plant. Let's have a look at the next one. Machine shop might be interesting. Forage quarters. Actually, yes, let's go with the forage quarters. Only cost us 10 wood there. And we can afford it. And we do need to scout a bit. And bathhouse has been established. This raises the motivation a bit. And here we have it now. And the problem is, though, I think it needs coal. Yeah, it needs coal. So the curative and preventative effects of bathing were known for millennia, long before the germ theory of disease postulated the link between hygiene and health. To provide our people with access to hot baths in this harsh climate, we need plenty of coal, but the effects are undeniable. Alrighty, so we do need a gathering post for that as well. And finally, we can now have a gathering post up here and thus finish the main road that we have here kind of now. Right, for the gathering post over here, then we have the bathhouse, and we can also go for a new law once again. It's getting a bit full now here, so we could go with overcrowding might be a bad one, but a chapel. We can have the promise for that. The chapel will increase the motivation. And the ventilation plant, though, needs the steam cores, right? So we should also now assign a few workers here to the steam cores. And the transport has arrived with more workers then. And we can assign them right here to the gathering post, where they're going to get us some coal. It's 9 of them. Let's assign one more from the cookhouse then, so we have 10. That should be fine. So we built the profiles manufacturer, and now we really just need to produce those structural profiles. So let's start with 2. Cost us quite a bit of wood there. As we head into day 6 now. And on day 6 we can finally now start with building the generator, building the foundations for that. Still 26 homeless. We should also have a look at that. And there we have day 6. And we're also getting some coal in now. And do I need to turn it on manually? Yes. So we're just waiting now for this day during daytime, and then we can turn it on finally. So I don't know how much it actually consumes here. How much coal this case. And let's also have, yeah, we can then have the tents around it. There we have the forage quarters, very good. And the machine machine shop, right? Yes. The machine shop. Also going to be playing a role. How's the steel looking? Good so far, so it's not empty. The workshop is fully functional, and also our fishing harbors. So food, not the biggest problem right now. And I think we can now order more people, and we should do that. So 1 steam core. Oh, that's consuming a lot though. And then some workers there. Right? Let's do that, because I think we're going to need some steam cores soon. And letters from home, troubled father. Sir, supply ships occasionally carry sacks of post destined to the crew for security reasons. Every inbound and outbound mail is opened and read, but we may sometimes require instructions from you regarding our censorship policy. In this case, a worker received a letter from his wife informing him that one of his daughters is gravely ill. Dire news such as this may impact the morale of the crew. Should we redact the part about the sick daughter? Should we censor it or don't? The poor fellow deserves the truth. And yes, let's do that. That will drop the motivation a bit, but we can afford it. And it's all about the truth in this one. Alright, we can afford 2 more structural profiles there. We're still, 5 days ahead of schedule. That's fine so far. So we can really focus about building our little village here. And a new law. Let's go for the evening service there. That will increase the motivation even more. And I think we could actually build the chapel now. Yes. Let's build it, right? Let's have the chapel there. There's the street. And we do need the 2 more tents here. And I think we can then have a few more up here then. But it's fitting in there nicely. Work safety. Now it starts with the safety. Sir, a few of our people fell ill from breathing strange fumes wafting from the shaft. It could have been worse. One of them passed out and fell from a scaffold. We can't ignore health hazards any longer. From now on, the safety level of every workplace at the construction site will be monitored. If it's low, people working there will get sick. If it's very low, they might get injured or die. And I'll improve the safety. Oh, that was actually a promise. And this starts the labor tech now that we have here. Or the labor book of law. And here we can now choose between a few things here. So safety procedures, for example. Do I need to wait? Oh yeah, I need to wait 1 day. This would then reduce the efficiency of our workplace by 25%, but will increase the workplace safety by 1. We can also go now for the extended shift, something I'm eager to do. So now we have labor and administration, but it's still not the 2 tasks that we can decide upon then later. So don't worry, there's still more to come. And this already feels like a much more content-rich expansion than the rifts provided us. So the rifts were only the bridges, if you remember, it was a small map. And this one here really has new buildings and new text and stuff like that. And a whole new mission or storyline here. And I'm eager to see where it leads us. So here we're building now the second shaft, very good. And machine shop. And this day is over now, so we can turn on the bathhouse. It's working now, hopefully. Functioning, very good. And consumes 72 coal per day. How much is that? It's fine. So we are producing 154 with 1 gathering post here. So that's fine. And with that we now have the bathhouse. And this should reduce the sickness rate even more than for my people. 2 more tents are coming up. Actually we can have a 3rd one, and then we have all the people in tents for now, at least, because there is another delivery coming, remember, so 8 more workers then. And build chapel, introduce the following short shift safety procedures. Oh, that's a close one though, but we'll manage to do that. And so this is 1 hour and 21 hours for this quest here, and in 1 hour, 1 day and 7 hours we can take the next law. It's a close one, but it's going to work. Now, let's have a look. We could go for the medical post upgrade, and I'm inclined to do that, so we can heal the sick faster. There we have the chapel now, motivation rises with that, and we can go with the evening service here, costs me 20 food rations, but as you can see, it increases the motivation there even more. And religion plays an important role in lives of most citizens of the British Empire. It strengthens the community bonds, protects against despair, and reminds people of their higher purpose, which is of particular value in times of strife, such as these. And we have quite a lot of tents here in the vicinity for that. So lots of people that regularly then get increased motivation there. So only 2 homeless. So 1 more tent it is. We can build it over here, and then we are totally out of wood for now. We still have quite a lot of sick though. I don't quite understand. And the next workday has started, so I also want to check real quick about the food there. Yes, we are not making enough food anymore for our people there, even though we have 100% efficiency on this one. Indignant engineer. An engineer complains to you, sir, it seems I've mistakenly lodged in a tent full of workers. Now you see, I don't have anything against workers, but they're quite loud and, well, they sort of smell. Could you make sure that I get moved to an engineer's tent? Yes, let's do that. It's only in our interest to keep the engineers happy as well. We need them. Let's have another structural profiles there. I love all those small decisions that you have to make, and that just, you know, affects the dynamic of the gameplay. Very well done, as always. This sawmill here will run out of wood soon, so we should also start with another one then. Over here somewhere. We're going to get rid of it again once the wood is gone, but for now we can just leave it here. I don't need the space there anyway at the moment. Even though, yeah, 8 workers are coming in, and 1 more steam core here. Then we have 4 steam cores with the delivery. Distraught father. Sir, the distraught father of the sick child wants to talk to you. He begs you to let him go home. I know it means giving up this here job, but I'll figure something out. Me family needs me, sir. Please let me get back to him. And yes, let's you can go, and I will lose one worker with that. We should manage to do that. And faster loading. No, actually I think we're pretty done here with this tier. Right, I think we're done with that. So for now, we do have the next transport there, some workers. Very good, we can use them. One down here, and I think we could have a second fisher harbor. Right, let's have it over here. Right, we don't need a way over there, it seems, to me at least. Seems like we can just work on that. So also the sawmill here is complete. We can get rid of this one here and get some wood back. And we will also need one more tent here. And then we've also finished this corner here of our village, of our town so far. And just look at that. Beautiful, right? I absolutely adore the graphics. So it's quite effective also here. So we really used all the space up to this point here. We have the bathhouse affecting everything. We have the chapel affecting most of the tents there. And the public house here to keep this content low. So at the moment it looks rather good, right? On normal difficulty. The gathering post here is working. We could actually have a second one here. And I think we would still not run out of steel there. And out here we are now also having the fisher harbor there. Just beside that shipwreck. No idea how we get to that one. It's going to be a building of some sorts, I think. And there we have the second fisher harbor. Should give us more raw food. And this should already be visible in our food statistics. Yes, it is. So we have a plus 90 per day now of raw food. And that should lead us to a surplus here of roughly 70 food rations per day. So we can afford more people. And I think we're going with 20 or 17 workers. Let's do that. 17. We can also go for a new law. And in this case, oh yeah, right, we had the quest there. Safety procedures or short shift. Let's have a look at that. We have the short shift over here. Building a generator is exhausting and dangerous. When people are not overworked, they will make less mistakes. And this will shorten the shifts to 8 hours per day, but increases the safety by 1. And safety procedures, the efficiency by minus 25% and by 1 increase. It also increases the motivation. So let's go with safety procedures. That's that. And with that, we've also reached now the highest motivation bar here, as you can see. High motivation, so people are so highly motivated that many of them perform their jobs with enthusiasm. The efficiency in all workplaces rises as a result. Well done. We have 30% increased efficiency now. And that means I can afford the safety procedure here and have still plus 5% efficiency then. You know, and down here I can see that, so work safety here, it's safe. So minus 1 is base safety level and plus 1 with the safety procedures. So it's actually perfectly safe here right now to work on that. We lost some progress though, so we're only about 3 days ahead of schedule now, so we should focus a bit more on that. We can have a look at the constructor generation. As you can see, there are many steps for this one here, and right now we are just setting up the shaft, and we do have 6 right now. Structural profiles, 5 in stock and 1 is queued, and we do need 8 for the structure, for the foundation of the generator. And as you can see now, people are going to the fishing harbors there. The ship is coming in, and we should actually have probably a second gathering post here for the steel. Okay, and yeah, let's go for the next tier. This will, yeah, put me out of wood there, but I think it's for the best. The drafting machines, tier 2. House of Disease. A worried medic reports an outbreak of venereal disease at the House of Pleasure. At least one of the employees got the clap and it is spreading. We must start mandatory medical examinations of the staff and send the infected home, or at least isolate them. Infected prostitutes will be treated as gravely ill. Discontent will rise. Cure them. Let's do that. We do have the space for that. You know, we only really have 2 sick at the moment. In the public house here, we can assign a few more workers. Let's build one more. We can afford that for now. On day 8, no temperature drop inside at the moment. And day 8 is over too. And here we have the second gathering post now, so I'm going to assign 5 workers to that. That should be fine for now. And also a new law. And in this case, I want to go with the extended shifts, so we can actually have them work longer. This will rise the discontent a bit, but other than that, no impact. In this case, I want to have a bit more steel, so this gathering post is working a bit longer. And also for the wood, the sawmill is working a bit longer. Both of them. Right. And we do have a few more workers now. I do need more tents, so I don't think we can... Oh, actually we can have 1 or 2 more down. 2 more, perfect. Just in here. Just where the coal piles are for this gathering post. And he just arrived and is already sick because he doesn't have a home. That escalated quickly, one might say. But we're building it already. So 2 tents there up, so no more homeless. And the chapel can also have another evening service to increase motivation even more. Drafting researched. We can go for the next level here. And optimized materials, foundry. Let's have a look here. Finer meshes that will increase the harbor efficiency by 10%. Or the gathering post efficiency there. I think we can go with that. Upgraded docks. 2 even piles. So we would have 2 piles instead of 1. Let's do that. And bear in mind, this is looking a bit easy right now, but only because I've planned it, of course, a bit already. So we know how it kind of works for this one here. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure the extreme playthrough will be quite hard as well. So right now we are just really enjoying this DLC there and the story coming with it. We do have a sawmill here that is finished now, and I can have another one over here then, I think. Oh, this is quite a long way though, but yeah, let's afford that. That 10 wood there. We're getting some wood back from that sawmill here anyway, and we can build it over there. And I think we should also produce a bit more here. Suspicious minds. Sir, we noticed that one of the engineers is sending very long letters to Aunt Bertha almost every day. They regard family and religious matters and seem innocuous. By the German-sounding name of this aunt raised our suspicions. Well, why German again? We found out that by rearranging certain letters, we can form sentences such as Shaft Roger or Iron Coupler. We also found Flu, Reno, and Cackle Gran. But this might be a code. What should we do about the engineer? Let's intercept his letters for now and see. Let's go the dangerous path in this case. Beautiful graphics. Absolutely love the graphics here. And day 9, everything's looking rather stable. We have the sawmill here up now. So another 10 workers on that. And what I also want to do is upgrade the docks, right? That would be something. So we can do that. Upgrade, so we have 2 piles then. And I actually wanted to go with the forager quarters so we can start scouting. Let's have... Oh boy, where should I have it though? Here? No, here we will have the sawmills here, I think, yes. Where we have the gather post. So that we can start scouting. I haven't done that yet. And we do have now 8 structural profiles. That means we can start with the shaft structure of the generator. So there we have it. This structure will support the massive bulk of the generator and transfer the tremendous forces produced by its operation to the foundation. And here we can build it. And this will need 50 workers. This is where things are starting to get a bit more interesting. We are still a bit ahead of schedule there, but we shouldn't let ourselves be fooled. Let's have the extended shift compensation so they can eat a bit more and cause less discontent because of that. The extended shifts, and because of course the shaft is going to work on extended shift, but with safety procedures, so it's only harmful right now, so it's not perfectly safe at the moment. And 12 workers can now work on the shaft structure there. And for research, I think it might be a good way of going for the efficient gathering, so 10% faster for the gather posts over here, so I get more steel then, you know, and the docks are upgraded now, so we should see a second pile here soon, steel pile then, not one anymore. And there we have now the forage quarters. Unfortunately, I don't have 15 free workers. Let's order 18 workers there, we do need them. And get rid of that sawmill there. That should give us some workers there, but not 15. I don't need that many at the Fisher docks though, so that should be fine. One more. Let's get one here. So now we have 15, and now we can go for the forages and go for, as we can see on the map here now, and we can now also go then for the next spot here, the reindeer tracks over there. Beautiful new map. As we can see, there's lots of ice here already, and this is just a green spot at the moment. And right, day 10 is upon us, and we are now really starting with construction of the generator, and trust me, this is not going to be without problems. Stay tuned.